Something strange is happening on YouTube right now. Channels with fewer than 500 subscribers are suddenly showing up in recommendations next to creators with millions of followers. Videos from complete unknowns are racking up hundreds of thousands of views within days of being published. And if you have been paying attention, you have probably noticed it too. A channel you have never heard of, covering a topic you would not expect, somehow sitting right there in your feed. Now here is what most people assume. They think it is luck. They think the algorithm randomly picked someone and gave them a moment. But that is not what is happening. This is not random at all. Something significant has shifted on this platform, and the creators who understand what that shift actually means are quietly positioning themselves for some of the biggest growth opportunities YouTube has offered in years. So, what exactly is going on? Here is the uncomfortable truth. Most creators are failing not because they lack talent, but because they are completely focused on the wrong things. They obsess over subscriber counts like that number alone determines success. They refresh their analytics every hour waiting for some magical spike. They spend weeks perfecting logos, tweaking thumbnails, and endlessly debating color palettes. Some spend months mapping out elaborate content calendars before filming a single second of footage. And while all of that is happening, the actual work that moves the needle gets ignored. The things that truly matter, understanding what your audience craves, crafting videos that hold attention, and publishing consistently, get pushed aside for tasks that feel productive but deliver almost nothing. This is the trap. It looks like progress, but it is just noise. And breaking out of that trap is exactly what the momentum formula is designed to do. Let me show you how it works. Now, before we go any further, let me tell you who I am and why any of this matters coming from me. My name is Thomas, and for the past several years, I have spent an almost obsessive amount of time studying content strategy, audience psychology, and the behavioral patterns of creators at every level, from people just starting out to channels pulling in millions of views every single month. And somewhere along the way, I started noticing something that genuinely stopped me in my tracks. Tiny channels, some with fewer than 500 subscribers, were suddenly pulling in 200,000, 300,000, even 500,000 views on a single video. Unknown creators were appearing right beside household names in recommendations. At first, I thought it was a glitch, but it kept happening again and again across completely different niches. That was not noise. That was a pattern, and patterns always have a lesson hiding just underneath the surface. Here is the mindset shift that changes everything. YouTube does not reward channels. It rewards videos. Read that again, because most creators completely misunderstand this. The algorithm does not know your name. It does not care how long you have been uploading, how many all-nighters you pulled, or how badly you want this to work. It is not sentimental. It is a system built entirely on data. Specifically 3 things: click-through rate, watch time, and returning viewers. That is it. Nothing else enters the equation. And here is what makes this incredibly powerful. Every single video you upload gets a fresh opportunity to prove itself, completely independent of everything that came before it. Your last video flopped? Irrelevant. Starting from 0 subscribers? Does not matter. The playing field resets with every upload. But here is the painful truth. Most creators waste that fresh opportunity before they even hit publish, and they do not even realize it is happening. Now let's get into the momentum formula. And the first principle is discover. Here is the mistake most struggling creators make. They create content based on what they want to talk about rather than what people actually want to watch. And those are 2 very different things. Think of it like opening a restaurant. You can be the most passionate chef in the world, but if nobody wants what you are serving, the doors close. Passion without demand is just a hobby. So before you record a single second of footage, your job is to study your niche. Look at what is already working. Ask yourself which topics are consistently pulling attention, which ideas keep resurfacing, and which questions people never stop asking. You are not guessing here. You are observing. The market is always speaking. Most creators are just too focused on themselves to listen. Discover means you listen first, then create. So what does this look like in practice? Start by paying attention to videos in your niche that are still pulling in views months or even years after they were uploaded. Those are not accidents. They are signals. Topics like how to pay off debt, how to lose belly fat, or how to stop procrastinating have been searched millions of times and will continue to be searched tomorrow, next year, and a decade from now. The specific trends may shift, but the core human desires underneath them never do. People will always want financial freedom, better health, and more productive lives. Your job is to find where those timeless desires intersect with your niche. Browse through successful channels and ask yourself which videos keep climbing long after upload. Look at what questions appear again and again in your niche. That repetition is not noise. It is a map pointing directly toward your next opportunity. Now, here is the step most creators completely skip, and it might be the most valuable one of all: reading your comments. Think about what a comment section actually is. It is free market research. Real viewers, in their own words, telling you exactly what confused them, what inspired them, and what they desperately want to see next. When one person asks a question, that is curiosity. When 10 people ask the same question, that is a pattern. But when hundreds of viewers are all asking the same thing, that is not just feedback anymore. That is demand, raw and unfiltered, sitting right in front of you. Most creators scroll past comments looking for compliments. Smart creators mine them for content ideas. The audience is literally handing you your next video. They are telling you what gaps exist, what needs explaining, and what topics they cannot find good answers to anywhere else. That is the final piece of Discover, and it changes everything. So you have found a topic people actually want. That is step one. But here is where most creators fall flat. They find a great topic, then copy the first successful video they see almost word for word. That is not strategy. That is imitation, and audiences can feel the difference immediately. The second principle of the momentum formula is elevate. Elevation means asking yourself a better question. Instead of asking, "What should I make?" ask, "How can I make this clearer, more useful, more entertaining, and more memorable than anything already out there?" Here is the real approach. Study 3 to 5 successful videos on your chosen topic. Notice what works in each one. Then combine those strongest elements with your own perspective and voice. That combination, research plus originality, is where true creativity lives. Originality is not about inventing something from nothing. It is about assembling the best pieces through your unique lens. Think about this for a moment. Thousands of creators are covering the exact same topics right now: personal finance, fitness, productivity, relationships. The information itself is not new. It has been covered, recycled, and republished more times than anyone can count. Yet somehow, brand new creators are still breaking through every single month. So what separates them? The answer is not the topic. It is the person delivering it. Audiences do not just consume information. They connect with people. Your specific experience, your particular way of seeing things, your honest delivery, these are not small details. They are the entire vehicle that carries familiar ideas into someone's life in a way that actually lands. Elevating your content does not mean reinventing the wheel. It means building a better version of it using your own hands, your own story, and your own voice. That combination is something no one else on the platform can replicate. That is your real advantage. Now we arrive at the third and most important principle: captivate. Here is the truth most creators never fully grasp. Attention is the most valuable resource on the entire internet. Your real competition is not other creators in your niche. Your real competition is distraction itself. Every notification, every scroll, every open tab is fighting for the same eyeballs you are trying to reach. Great creators understand this deeply, so they structure their videos intentionally to build curiosity, anticipation, and momentum from the very first second. Consider a creator who started with absolutely 0 subscribers and reached 1 million. What separated them was not production quality or posting frequency. It was how they revealed information strategically, giving viewers just enough to stay curious, but always leaving them wanting more. That structure keeps people watching longer, and longer watch time signals enormous value directly to YouTube, which then pushes that video to even more people automatically. But here is what most creators completely miss. Views are not the finish line. Views are just the beginning. When you build genuine attention, something more powerful starts to happen. Attention creates trust. Trust creates influence. And influence creates real options that most people never even consider. Products, courses, communities, entire businesses built on the back of an audience that actually listens to you. This is exactly why some creators with 10,000 subscribers earn more than others with 1 million. It is not about size. It is about depth of connection. And here is the part that should genuinely excite you. The compound effect of consistent uploading is extraordinary. Every video you publish builds on the last. Every upload teaches you something. Most creators quit within the first 6 months. Simply continuing already puts you ahead of the majority. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to keep going, because momentum rewards those who stay. You have everything you need right now. Stop waiting for the perfect setup, the perfect niche, or the perfect moment. The momentum formula is simple. Pick one idea, research the demand, elevate the concept beyond what already exists, captivate your audience from the very first second, then hit publish. That is the entire system. Discover what people actually want to watch. Elevate it with your unique perspective and delivery. Captivate with structure that keeps viewers locked in until the final second. Repeat that process consistently, and the algorithm will have no choice but to take notice. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your niche in the comments below right now. Let the community see it, and let it hold you accountable. If you want more strategies like this, subscribe because there is so much more coming. And watch the next video where we break down the highest paying YouTube niches available today. Your momentum starts.